God's work.
But I can't wait the stress test.
Jam Santi.
What's up? Nothing going on?
Yeah, I don't think today seems to be a pretty ordinary day, right? No
Yeah,
major news.
nothing happened today, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
Chilling, chatting about life and fate.
Yeah, nothing happened. Well, yeah, guys, welcome to the Atlas Brew 101. Oh my god, that's a lot of numbers right there. And today we'll be chatting about Starbase as the main topics for today. Jose has brought to the table quite an extensive list of things I will chat about. Most of this has been disclosed in the town hall, but we want to get a little bit more in depth and just let people ask questions and all that. Don't worry if it feels right now a little bit like an information overload. Um, we are producing also content from our end, educational materials. Once all the features are logged in, and we'll make the final release. So yeah, you will have all this information published by us in a comprehensible way. So don't worry. Now let me introduce Jose. How are you, Jose?
Santi, I'm doing well. Today is a good day. The sun is shining outside. Star Atlas sold its first Titanship. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good day. I'll have a good topic. It's going to be a good brew.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be good brew. Dominic Bain, are you here?
Yo. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Dominic Vane. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm here and I'm ready to have this Starbase conversation. It's going to be a good conversation, a lot of good news. Just really good day so far, and it's just been such a great couple of weeks, and I'm just ready to keep it moving, keep it pushing. Let's go.
Yep. Let's keep it going then. Let's get first, as always, as we do, into some noteworthy news. I think everybody's probably thinking about what just happened, what was just disclosed, which is that Star Atlas sold a Titan ship. The T1 was sold. So yeah, guys, the first ever Titan ship sale has happened. So yeah, feels good.
That's
Feels
Big
pretty
good.
day.
wild.
That's a big day. Genuinely, it's a
Yeah,
huge day.
it's a
It is a
milestone
huge
for
day.
Star Atlas. It's a huge milestone
Definitely.
for us guys.
Yeah. Some dollars in the chat for the
I
Titan
was in
ship
the
sale.
chat. I was in the chat for
Dollars
the
in the
time ship,
chat.
man.
Dollars in the chat.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really exciting day. It's such an exciting day.
Yeah. It's just look back 6 months, 9 months. Think about how Star Atlas was. Everybody was thinking, oh, FTX, oh, Star Atlas is going under, blah blah. And now Titan ship has been sold.
Do we
Feels
know the
good.
price?
Feels good. We don't know the price. We don't know the price. No. We don't have that information. Yep. Yeah. Feels good. Feels good. And I don't know, guys, but how the tables have turned for Star Atlas. The T1 is out there. I don't know what faction they are. That's a great question, actually.
Yeah, this is.
What do you guys think? Probably Oni, man.
Not a mud buyer, right?
Probably
Yeah,
Oni.
What it is.
I mean, This is going to be super entertaining, especially once we have combat. We'll see how powerful a Titan is in
Who's
reality.
going to go after the Titan once we have combat?
Yeah, that's the 1 million Polish question. How will that Titan perform? I'm looking forward to learn.
I think pirates are already looking for that Titan out there, man. They will track it down. it's
The
not going.
Titan is not invisible.
It's not going to break the game, guys. Don't worry about
I
that.
feel I feel Lordo is already scared, bro. I can feel the fear
Brother,
in
you should be
his
tracking it
gameplay.
already, man. Oh, we'll just break pirates. Oh my god. The chat is on. Yeah.
Uh, awesome.
Also, another noteworthy news is that the today is the last day to grab Core Act 2 Episode 6 uh, only in Atlas. So make sure, how many hours do we have left? I think just a couple, 2 or 3 hours
3 hours.
left.
Yeah,
3 hours
3 hours.
left. So make sure to go to the Star Atlas Marketplace. I don't know if Don, Mike, you can provide the link in the chat so people can go directly there.
Oh my
Putting
god,
you on the spot,
I'm
bro.
bobbing, I'm weaving, I'm getting there.
And one thing that I think we should disclose here is how steady Star Atlas team is right now. I mean,
We are steady.
bro, we promised it to not overhype anything and not, you know, go hype mode. And we saw the Titan, and we are here, cool as a freaking penguin in Antarctica right now.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
props to us. We are super steady.
Super
yeah,
steady, bro.
super steady. Yeah. So last day to grab the Core Act 2 Episode 6 on the Atlas side. Don just posted the link in the chat, so make sure to go and get yours before the time ends. Another thing is that we are very well aware that Labs is not working properly right now. This has to do with the priority fees, and we have a fix incoming for this together with Starbase. Right now, what you can do is to use Phantom. Transactions are more likely to go through if you are using Phantom, and also make sure that after the transaction you clear the cache and you just refresh. I know it's probably not the most optimal thing, but make sure that you do those things in order to for your transactions and your gameplay experience to go through. And we apologize for the inconvenience, but there's a fix coming, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just want
guys.
to reiterate that we understand how bad it feels, for sure. Like, it is not lost on us how bad it feels to play Labs right now. So we do
Yep.
apologize.
Yeah. For RFR, we'll have Dominic Bain selling them directly to you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, got you.
Money
Come on
will
down,
come
man. Come on down. Come to the shop. Got you
in.
covered. One by one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think there's a fix coming for the RFR. So that should be fixed before the Starbase release. So don't worry. I saw that looking at the engineering chat. So yeah, there should be a fix for that. Then another thing that happened last week and that we should quickly cover is the community week. Community week, in my opinion, was a ton of fun. It was 5 events in just 1 week. It was such a good time. I will never forget the first ever Star Atlas Community Week. Hopefully, next one or one of the next community weeks is live in real life in the Star Atlas Con. That would be sick, right?
Man, it's. I mean, Community Week was perhaps one of the most enjoyable moments that I ever had here in Star Atlas. And I feel like this will become a tradition in our project. And hopefully, yeah, it evolves into live events where we all meet and have fun together. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, we have the Town Hall full of news. We're going to break down some of the news that was shared in the Town Hall today on the survey side of things. we had the Atlas Brew number 100, where our penguin Jose actually faced dogs. How does it feel to be face dogs, Jose?
Harry.
Very steady,
I'm
That was the
steady.
joking.
day. That was the day we learned that the penguin is a handsome man.
Oh man,
Brazil.
please don't.
I gotta
I
hide
was
my mom, and my girlfriend, and my wife. You know, when Jose comes around.
I was happy when people said that I was not as ugly as they thought I was.
Oh my
Not gonna
god.
lie. But yeah,
Uh,
it was a good day. Feels
Not
good.
only face dogs, but also your face all over Twitter as well, Jose.
Yeah, man, like great way to dogs for sure. Great way.
Yeah, you didn't just
Hold on.
dogs,
Before,
we told people
hold
to
on.
post a screenshot of you.
Don't move on. Don't move on from this topic. One sec. Hold on.
No, I
No,
know
bro,
what you're
no,
doing.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no.
Wait,
no.
Distract
I know
Dominic before he
exactly what
can do
you're
that
doing.
sentence.
Ah,
Ah, Jesus
no
Christ.
way,
Ah,
man.
Oh my
this
god.
hurts my feelings, bro.
There is no way, man.
Gets me every time.
Bro,
Gets me
me
every
and
time.
Jose face, I think Michael Wagner was the one who said, looks like a used cars, scummy used cars
Sketchy.
salesman. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh my god, bro. It looks like you're about to sell air to me, bro.
Bro.
Oxygen.
No, man, I promise you the car fully works. Never had a crash or anything. The mileage is absolutely real. Don't worry, bro.
Yeah. Ah, Jesus.
I can't
It is
believe
what it
someone did
is.
that. It's the
Yeah.
risk of face dogs, and you're exposed to
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I'm really happy my wife didn't see this.
Bro, go
Oh,
show
she
your wife,
didn't?
bro.
No,
You
I
should
will never
show it.
show her this. Never.
Oh my god, man.
Selling cars without brakes. Anyone ever watch Matilda, the car salesman who sells really bad cars? I hope I'm not
No.
the only one. Dude, every time I say something, it's just like, yeah, no.
I
Who's this
don't know,
guy,
man.
bro?
Sounds
No one's
American.
seen
Yeah,
Matilda? Like, I
bro.
thought that was a popular movie.
Bro, we don't have those references.
Some people saw it in the chat. Don't worry, don't worry.
Oh,
Some
thank
people in the
God.
chat are
Thank
saying
God.
this.
Thank God. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But yeah,
People,
so some people got it, bro. Don't worry. And they're saying that it's a good movie.
Oh, thank
Steady.
I see people speculating about the other Titan ships, and all I can say is to keep it steady, boys.
Yeah,
Keep it steady.
that's what we do at the brew.
We always
But
keep
yeah,
it steady.
continuing on the community week, we also had Copa. Congratulations to the three winners. We had the Shadow Loyal third place, Rome second place, and Afia first place. Congratulations, guys. It was amazing to see all the honestly like all the guilds and all the plans that you guys have and how much you care about Star Atlas and keep building. It honestly keeps surprising me every time. So Copa to me was an incredible event. Loved it. Um, and also we had the Johnny Awards. So congratulations to all the winners. I am not going to go through every single one of the awards and the winners, but congratulations to all of you guys who won one and also to everyone who was nominated. Again, even with the nominations and everything, we don't manage to cover um, all the people that add value day to day in Star Atlas. So, yeah, much love to all of you guys. Another thing on Committee Week is that the prizes distribution should happen before the end of the week, hopefully, late this week or early next week. So you will receive your Atlas Brew badge. Don't worry, we'll post an announcement on that. So if you got all the codes in and you got your Solana wallet address in as well, you will be receiving your Atlas Brew badge soon. Same for the Johnny Awards winners, and also for the Copa winners, they should be receiving their Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 CSS land. So, yeah, should be happening soon. Now, I think we managed to cover everything. Did I miss anything? As always, I ask the question, just Don.
Nah, bro.
No, I think you got it.
You got everything. That's the director in you, bro.
So now, let's go to the main topic. Feels good to go to the main topic with the Titan ship sold, super steady. And the main topic for today is Starbased. Again, we're breaking down all the information that was released into some comprehensible chatter here. And also feel free to ask questions. We may not have the answer for everything, as right now there's still development going on for Starbased. But we'll try to break down everything that was shared and just go through all the things. There's a lot of information. We have our brain here, Jose, as always, who will spread knowledge with all of us. But again, don't worry, there will be educational materials coming from us once all the features are logged in, and that should come before this Starbase, before Starbase is released. So yeah, there is no answer to when. So you guys will have to keep it steady with that one, as always. But let's get on all the different topics that are coming with Starbase. But Jose, I will start putting you on the spot here. We want you to spread your penguin knowledge here with us. Really quick, what is a Starbase, bro?
Bro, if we have to summarize Starbase, Starbase is the next step of Star Atlas economy, where we give the control, or most of the control, of the creation of the supply chains of Sage Labs into players' hands through the Starbase mechanics. And this happens primarily by enabling players two actions: the upgrading and maintenance of Starbases. One thing that I was thinking, just sharing before we start this, was the question like, will Titan ships work as Starbases in game? I was thinking about that right now since we just sold our first Titan ship. I would like to know what people think about this, if this would be a cool mechanic. I'll talk to Chris about that later, just to mess up with y'all and the rest. But I think that makes a lot of sense.
What?
Titan ships working as star bases.
Yeah. Why does it make sense?
I mean, they are such massive land plots full of resources and service and structure overall that maybe it would make sense for them to work as tier 1 star bases. Something interesting for me to think about later. I already see the reactions.
I don't think John is liking it.
No,
Would
he
they
is.
give a dedicated starbase to a certain faction though? Whoever owned that starbase would automatically have that, even when there's combat. Like you wouldn't have to build the Titan ship to get your starbase if you already have your starbase as a ship.
Sorry, friend. I think I missed part of your audio there.
Sorry. I was just saying, like when combat comes or when starbase comes, we're gonna have to build up our ships. With combat specifically is what I'm talking about. When there are no starbases and the map is basically empty and we have to build our starbases up one by one. If you have a Titan ship that's a starbase, wouldn't that give that faction a huge advantage already having a starbase starting the combat phase?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be an advantage for the whole faction. Yeah, that's why we can't introduce those concepts that easily.
Another advantage is that a Titan can move and a Starbase cannot move.
Yes, another huge advantage. I foresee that this is going to be one of the main advantages of the Titan ship when we have high risk zones, right? I feel that when we'll have the ability to set up the minimum amount of infrastructure in a mobile way, yeah, this is a huge bonus. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back to the fundamentals of Starbase. So basically, when Starbase starts, all the map will get a reset. Something important to note is that the map of Sage Labs is going to be deprecated. Once we start Starbase, there will be new resources in the map, and the map that we have right now for Sage Labs is going to change to accommodate the new resources, the new star bases, and the new content that we are bringing to the game. So there will be a small learning curve in terms of supply chains and everything. And more importantly, most of the supply chains that we have now will be inaccessible because you simply won't be able to craft the resources in the most distant star bases. Uh, the only star base that will start ahead from Tier 1 is the one in your central space station. That one will already start as a Tier 6 star base. And a very important aspect of that is that Tier 6 star bases will cost lots and lots and lots of resources just to keep producing, just to allow players to craft. Uh,
Just
and yes,
just
Santiago.
one thing before we move from this specific topic is a reminder that you guys will have to get your resources out to move to the new game ID.
Oh,
Your stuff
absolutely,
out. So people are
absolutely.
already planning ahead of that.
Yeah, it's very important to mention that because once Starbase is going to start, we are going to turn off all the gameplay loops in Sage Labs, and the only thing that you will be able to do is to get your resources out of Sage Labs. So there won't be SDU mining, search, there won't be resource mining, any other gameplay loops. All of them will be deprecated, they'll be turned off, and players will only be able to get their assets outside of the game so they can start Starbase. And once Starbase starts, as I was saying, the game starts, and we'll have Starbases spread across the map, and all the Starbases in your factions will depend on players' activities in game. And this is very interesting because there is a very strong strategy component in that system. And what I mean by that is that there needs to be equilibrium inside the faction if your faction is to survive or thrive in Starbase. Because if players only focus on upgrading all their Starbases, uh, what's going to happen is that you are going to raise the maintenance costs for the whole faction at the same time. So what's going to happen is that players won't be able to maintain the many different star bases, and your faction is going to have problems in production because star bases requires two any star base from tier 1 to tier 6 they require resources to work, and there are two resources that you need to provide them. The first one is food, and food is linked with crafting. So if a star base doesn't have enough food, it won't be able to craft any material, and the current craftings will stop. So for example, if you have a recipe that's 50% ready and you and your star base runs out of food, the crafting stop. I told Chris that what should be done here is simply making people lose the crafting recipes, but he's way more forgiving than I am. So he's just going to stop, interrupt the crafting job, and once you provide food again, the food go the crafting process resumes and you can get your crafting item done. And the second one is the toolkits, and toolkits are linked with Starbase upgrading. So if you don't provide enough toolkits for your Starbase, it won't be able to upgrade. In future versions, especially when we have combat, Starbases will also require ammo and other resources uh, to work. So this mechanic of upkeeping the starbase will only get more complexity, more in-depth gameplay, and more interesting gameplay loops associated with the supply chain and logistic industries in Star Atlas.
Yeah. So people will have to have good coordination, like factions between themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, it's really important for DAX overall to be a part of this because we have 17 different sectors each one of the in each one of the factions. So it's pretty much impossible to work in all those sectors without having people coordinating on the deck level. I think that if we don't have strong decks leading the way in which uh, the 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 starbase upgradings and upkeeping is going to work, this will lead to the supply chains of the faction running amok and pure chaos. To be honest,
Mhm. So
yeah,
DAX will have to coordinate with each other.
yes, exactly,
Cooperation needs to happen.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
if they want to be the better faction, of course.
Yeah, only if you want to be the better faction, have access to all the resources, and enabling profitable mining operations. But if you don't want that, for sure, you can go chaotic, do whatever you want. Galia is a free galaxy. Everyone can have fun the way that whatever they want.
Hmm. Hmm. So once you level up basically the starbase, one of the starbases, you start running into maintenance costs, right?
No, even on tier 1 you have maintenance costs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When you level up, the cost increases, but it
Mm.
also open up new recipes for you.
Hmm.
So there's this trade-off. Which star bases we want in which levels? This is something that the
Yeah.
factions need to work to understand and to make sure that they are doing properly. Because what's going to happen is that if your faction doesn't have developed supply chains in Starbase, you guys are going to produce less resources than the other factions, and the other factions that are more efficient, they will they will produce resources at better prices than yours, and they are going to enjoy your market share on the galactic marketplace. So Starbase makes the combat inside the galactic marketplace uh, much more intense on that front.
Yeah.
And there are also very important rewards for the players who participate in those activities of upgrading and maintenance of the star bases. And those are the loyalty points and the Atlas emission system. So far, you guys probably are, everyone here is aware of this, but the way that the way that the current Atlas emissions are working is that we have score in one hand, and that's uh, a passive earning system. Yeah, someone just that asked it if the CSS has upkeep. It does, and it's extremely expensive. And
Ha, ha, ha. That's another tricky one.
that's extremely expensive. And this is going to require players to come back often to the CSS to keep it running because the CSS is the only one who is tier 6, and especially in the beginning you guys will need to be there to craft everything that you need to upgrade the star bases in the other systems. So yeah, a huge part of Starbase in the beginning will be protecting the supply chain to keep the CSS working as you guys start building the rest of the supply chain in Galia. It's super crazy. I mean, most of the people underestimate how interesting this mechanic of Starbases is, but I totally foresee that in the first week of playing Starbase, you guys will see how much content, how much different gameplay loops that this new system creates for Star Atlas, that you guys will be mind blown, as I am right now as I see the tests and development of Starbase. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
go back to the topic which we're
Yeah,
talking
but
about. Yeah,
it's
go
cool,
on.
man, that you mentioned that because it just adds so much to the gameplay experience. You're right saying that. Like how much complex it is compared to what we have right now on labs. Just the
Yeah,
coordination aspect of things to me goes a huge way in this becoming more of an actual game. You know?
absolutely, Santi. And another thing that I think most of the players are overlooking right now is that as we have, of course, the cooperation to set up the supply chains, the supply line of resources for the faction, but players will be also competing to some degree within their own factions. Because, and that's due to the loyalty point system that we are going to talk about now.
Jose,
Uh,
I have a question before getting into that for the
okay,
community.
share it,
With
bro.
Starbase, should we bring faction chats back to life?
I think it would be entertaining. At I think it would be very entertaining and will help the faction people to get mad with one another because they are not following instructions and things like that. I think it's going
Yeah.
to be super funny. At least funny. It's going to be like I don't feel like people will be able to coordinate properly using those chats, but it's going to be at least funny seeing people in the chat like Starbase MR6 MRZ 18 is out of resources. Where are people? We need food. Things like that.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun.
We may or may not have an image of how Starbase is looking
Oh,
like right now.
Leak it.
oh.
Leak
I
it.
know people always like the visuals, you know.
People like visuals. Chat likes visuals. Do
Should
you
we?
want visuals? S- Oh my
Always,
God,
Leak
Ray.
it. Leak it. Leak it. Leak it.
it's a work in progress, guys. It's a work in progress. UI enhancements are always the ones that come last. But yeah, I'll just share this picture here.
Okay, share it and I'll explain what's happening.
Share it.
Okay, everyone sees this image here that Santi dropped in the chat? I'll explain what this is basically. So, uh, bro, there's so much alpha in this picture, but I'll focus on what's important right now. So yeah, this image that you see here right now is the base management area. And it is the base management area with the tasks required to upgrade your tier 1 Starbase. So as you can see, this Starbase is not working because it has 0 food and 0 toolkits right now. And there is also 0 of each one of the resources that we require to upgrade the Starbase. How this is going to happen, guys? Uh, this is going to happen pretty much like a Sage Labs recipe. So you need to have the resources, and you also require you to commit crew members to the task of upgrading resources, of upgrading the Starbase. So you go there and you start the job providing a certain quantity of crew members and a certain quantities of resources. And you'll be locked doing this job with your crew during this period of time required to provide all the materials. And here, pay attention to what I'm going to say because it's very important. This is alpha for people who are in the brew right now. So make sure to say this again. Pay attention to what I'm saying.
Steady, Jose.
The first thing that I'm going to say is that, first of all, when you are doing this, your crew won't be flying. They will be tasked with the job of upgrading. So you'll be providing you'll be providing resources, you'll be locked for a certain amount of time, and this is like time that you spend on this activity. If your faction, if the players who are working with you on the upgrade of the starbase finish the job before you are able to finish your contribution, you won't get the LP rewards for the tasks. So let's say, for example, that Yon is providing the last 1000 frameworks for the Starbase, and he committed 100 crew members to do this. And Jose, seeing that there's only 1000 frameworks there, to finish the job, I go and I provide 300 crew members and I finish the job before him. So Yaon is going to lose the time, he'll get the resources back, but he won't get LP. So it's very important to be strategic as well on how and when you are going to provide resources to your starbase. The obvious solution to this is trying to get to a distant starbase where no one's working and make sure that you are providing resources there or upgrading starbases. But this behavior, let's say it like this, might be detrimental to your faction objectives because you'll be spreading the faction resources too wide. You'll be creating more maintenance costs for Starbased. So yeah, it's going to create lots of mechanics. Players will need to think about how they are going to do things. And faction, overall, what I'm saying here is that you need to coordinate to have to be strategic about how you do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Sonny,
Jose. No,
please.
no, no. Go.
No, I was going to say that it's not as simple as having the most crew, having the most ships, and things like that. Because this doesn't necessarily translate as better. Because if you simply focus on doing this, other players will be the ones doing the mining and gathering resources. And you will require to buy from those players because you won't be able to be doing that activity of mining. So there is a trade-off to consider there. So I think the game, overall, the economic teams did a very good job on leveling up the field here. I see lots of players worried about this, but don't be worried about this. This requires you to think a little bit and strategize, but it's not oriented to give benefits to one side or another. This actually creates opportunities for players with different careers, different setups, different ship configurations and fleets to thrive and specialize in many different things, you know? And the players with huge fleets that commit lots of things to upgrading, they might get wrecked if there's no other players doing the maintenance for them. So yeah, you need to be strategic, you need to think about Starbased, and most of all, what's important is thinking together with your guild members and other players. And yeah, I think I said already too much in terms of strategy right now.
Yeah. Don't let them strategize. You know.
Yeah,
Don't
for
give
sure.
them all the tips.
Yeah, I just telling them how to fish, bro. I'm not giving them fish.
Another thing that it's like a cool takeaway for me here is that maybe a faction doesn't need to have all the tier, all the all the star bases at max tier, right?
Absolutely.
Because that
Absolutely.
means that you have more to upkeep.
That's part of the alpha, bro. That's part of the. There you are giving them the fish, bro. You're giving them the fish, bro.
I was just thinking out loud, man. I'm sorry if I figured it out.
Can I do a question, Jose?
Please, friend.
Why you say that people that have large fleets cannot do two things at the same time?
No, they can do two things at the same time for sure. They can separate their fleets, especially now that we still don't have consul rank installed. So the fleet size won't be a limitation for now. It will be in the future. But what I was meaning is that if you commit all your fleets to doing one activity, let's say upgrading, this can get you wrecked because if someone falters in the maintenance, for example, this will
Yeah, of
simply
course.
stop all your fleet's operations, things like that.
No one's gonna put all the eggs in the same basket.
Oh man.
You never know.
You don't know for sure, bro.
A
And
rota? A rota.
Uh, I must say that there is also a difference in LP points between upgrading star bases and upkeeping star bases. So those activities, they generate different amount of loyalty points. And I think it's time for me to deep dive a little more on loyalty points, how this is going to work, and how it's important, how this is a huge change for Starbase at all. So yeah, up till now, the way to get Atlas in Star Atlas were mainly two. You do a no way, bro. OnlyFans, no, bro. You do faction fleet, and that's a passive way of earning Atlas, or three ways, right? Or you craft RFRs and you redeem out instantaneously for Atlas, or you play the game, gather resources, and you sell it on the marketplace for Atlas. And this primitive econ design that was the start of our free economy is now being deprecated for a more sophisticated model that will change how the entire economic dynamic of Star Atlas works. Due to in the previous model, we had one big funnel of in our economy, which was the SDUs. SDUs were like some people love them, some people hate them, but no one denies that they were the most important asset in the dynamics of Labs economy. And the reason why was because they were capped at 1.5 thousand SDUs per minute, and players required them to craft RFRs, which would be the only way to directly redeem Atlas inside Sage Labs. In fact, in Starbase, this dynamic changed overall. First of all, there's no cap in any resource anymore. What we do have is a daily allowance for each one of the three factions in terms of Atlas. Each one of the factions, Ustur, Mud, and Oni, each one will get 1.5 million Atlas an epoch, and the epoch right now lasts for 1 day of gameplay. And this 1.5 million Atlas will be distributed among the members of the faction who played Starbased and accrued loyalty points. And how is this going to work? Let's say, for example, that the whole Mud faction generated 100 loyalty points during 1 day of gameplay during an epoch. And let's say that Santi playing Mud, he generated 4 loyalty points by himself. What's going to happen here is that Santi will get 4% of the daily allowance of his faction, so 4% of the 1.5 million Atlas for his contributions to the faction. And what actions generate loyalty points? The actions linked with the starbase, mainly upgrading and upkeeping the starbase. The more resources you commit during one of the epochs of the game to upgrading and maintenance of starbases, the more you get from the Atlas emissions. So you guys see now that the game changes directly because this is a competition within your faction for this daily allowance of Atlas in this side of the gameplay. But not necessarily you need to compete on the loyalty point systems to get Atlas. You can focus, for example, on going after the resources that other players will need to provide Atlas to the ecosystem, to provide materials for the starbase's upkeeping, or to have the ships flying, the R4s. Anyway, there are many different ways to participate in star-based economy, but those new features, they create a much more dynamic and interesting gameplay environment that allows for players to strategize and to have more complex gameplay loops.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Again, like I know I said this already, but how much it adds to the gameplay experience. It's
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
more and more looking like a game, man. And I know like a lot of people enjoy labs as it is right now, but a lot of people also don't. And once you start getting into deep into the weeds, let's say, of Star Atlas and Sage in general, like you can start to understand how complex this whole gameplay experience and economy is getting. And this is also just a lot of speculation on how players are going to engage with the game, but you never know when what is going to happen when things are actually live, you know?
Absolutely, friend. And this is only the beginning, right? Because we'll have many more additions to this system. Like the very next one is going to be combat. And I don't need to explain too much to give you guys uh, an estimation of how important, how game changing combat will be. Because if we need to accrue resources and deploy them in star bases to make Atlas, combat makes this activity a lot more dangerous, and it's also very lucrative for players who are able to win combats in game. So yeah, this is going to be super wild. I'm really looking forward to to Starbase and then to the next steps, which are combat, which are storage units, which are in the future, longer future, claim stakes, planetary colonization, in-game events, things like that. Man, I feel it's going to be super wild. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super hyped for Starbase and everything that comes forward after that.
Yeah, man. Again, like it just gets more and more complex, and that's what we're looking for here, man. An economy where everyone can engage, and there are many different ways of engaging as well.
Yeah, and
So
every small piece that we add now to this chessboard, it makes the game like threefold more complex and more interesting, in my opinion. So when we add Starbase, we then add storage, we add combat, we add crew members, we add exploration systems in planets, for example, and just saying random things here. We add components building for the ships, crew members leveling up. Man, it's limitless. Like we are creating a galaxy of possibilities and careers and interesting materials for us. And talking about experience, Starbased will also get us started on that front. One unique feature in Starbased right now is that even though the XP system won't be working, like, for example, you won't get skill levels, you won't get uh, council ranks and the perks of leveling up, you will be actually leveling up as you play Starbased. Uh, in the backstage of Sage Labs of Starbased, as you mine, as you scan, as you fly around the galaxy, you will be leveling up your crew, your fleets, your account licenses. So when we actually have those careers in game, you will be able to front run everyone in terms of leveling up if you have played Starbased. So this is super cool.
That is
I
pretty
get
cool.
yeah, I feel this is super super interesting as well, and a huge advantage for everyone who has been supporting us and testing Starbase and participating in our ecosystem. And yeah, I think it's only right for people to have those kind of, you know, to have our OGs benefit from their hard work testing stuff and participating with us here in
Yeah,
Starbase and Sage Labs.
man, I'm super excited. I'm super excited
Can
for
I do another
this.
question?
Sure, friend.
Is the map different from what we have now? This means the medium risk zones 20 is in the same place, the 36 is in the same place, etc.
Uh, I don't think I can give you that alpha specifically because I mean we are so close, right? So you'll be playing the game in not very long. But what I can tell you is that we'll have new resources, new recipes, and this will of course have an impact in the map. So how extensive those changes are, I'm not allowed to disclose now. But for sure, there will be difference in the map, and this will create new metas, new supply chains, and lots of cool stuff. For sure.
Yeah,
All good, all
we
good.
can't spoil everything, you know. Like, people need to.
I actually spoiled a lot here today.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, is Chris here or anyone from game design? Because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
yeah, thank God.
That picture
I,
have a lot of alpha if you look to the picture properly.
Yes, yes, there are lots of alphas.
Yeah, that picture is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
So the game is almost the same graphics, the same dashboard, right? Is is not going to be a big change from V1 to Starbase.
no, there will be some UI changes, but for now, our priority is developing the gameplay loops and logics and mechanics. But yeah, no, I can't talk about that, so leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
cool. I think we should save some stuff today. So we do maybe next week. We do another brew for Starbase. Maybe we bring Chris in. How does that
Yeah,
sound?
maybe.
That would be pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Maybe we
if we
get
can get,
Chris to drop some good
yeah,
alpha.
Yeah,
if
it's always
Chris
really
can do
nice to have Chris involved in conversations, just like preliminary conversations about the economy, or just like to also just get some insights into how he thinks things are going to go from an economic standpoint. Because Sage Labs is just such a, and Starbase especially is going to be such a change to the economy. Can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. What I love about Star Atlas is how related the economic side of things is to the game design itself, and how important it is that things are aligned between them, you know, in this case between Chip and Chris. But that's actually amazing, like how the economy plays such a big part in enjoying the game, and it will be more and more as we progress. So yeah,
Yep.
let's see a question: will we be able to play on mobile? I think right now labs can be played on mobile, not optimized though. I don't know about I don't know if we're having any optimizations on for mobile on Starbased. I don't have that answer unfortunately right now. Not optimized for PC either at the moment. Oh man, I know
Oh,
about those
bro.
transactions.
Bro, believe me that I feel as sad as you guys with this, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, but should be fixed soon. Should be fixed
Yeah,
soon.
we are working on this.
Yeah. There should be a fix coming also for the RFR for all the people trying to craft them to redeem them. Don't worry.
And that fixes you coming to me, and then I manually do it because I am the council RFR merchant.
So everybody can DM Dom if you're having RFR issue.
The sarcasm, just a joke. Please don't
Yeah.
DM me.
I would gather up like 4 to 5 million if you would do that. Like it would be one transaction. It'd be easy.
This is
Because I have
The
2
RFR
million
merchant.
myself, and I know another person who has 1 million. So it's like and now there's a bunch of smaller people, and the
RFR
community would
merchant.
greatly appreciate it.
Nah, no.
Jesus
We just
Christ.
take a 25% fee on that
And
one.
we'd pay you 1%.
Ah, no,
1%? What the heck?
1%.
I'm gonna need
Nah,
I'm gonna
no,
need
not a deal.
at least
Bro,
25%.
that's $700. What do you mean? You're so greedy.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess we have to negotiate live, guys.
2%, man. That's $1,400. Come on, make it happen.
We don't do anything less than 25. I'm sorry.
That's crazy, dude.
You can
No.
stake your Atlas with us to diminish your fees, bro.
Oh wow! Just manual staking with Dom's RFR services. Stake your Atlas. Yeah.
It's actually
Cool.
hilarious. Yeah, man. Are there any questions out there? We left a couple of things to cover just there, but I feel like we should probably save
Yeah,
them.
no, I think this is a good point to close. Yeah.
Will
Are the
there be an
testers already
updated?
testing the game?
I think they're starting today, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I see a question out there. Will there be an updated game manual? I don't think we're updating the game manual for Starbase, but again, like all this that Jose was sharing here, we have it condensed in text versions, so that should go live soon.
Yeah, I have the article pretty much ready. Just waiting for us for a minor details to publish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't see any other questions. Yeah, I think we covered everything. We'll have probably another brew about Starbase. There's no when yet. I know that the question is coming in the chat. We don't know yet, but should be soon. Should be very soon. I like to see that everyone is excited, and if you listen to this brew, you probably have a slight advantage on the different strategies that you should have in mind. So, yeah, you
Just
guys.
Santi,
Yeah.
last question.
Yeah.
That thing of the account profile is going to start at the same time of Starbase, right?
The what? Sorry.
The account profile, so that I don't need to use the ledger anymore.
Oh, the player profiles. I don't know about that one. I actually don't know. Can check though. Can check that one. I don't
think
know.
they will, but yeah, I'll double check for you.
Yeah, gotta double check that one. But yeah,
Man, I cannot see the ledger anymore, man. I hate this.
I can
I
imagine, bro.
know, I know. Cool. But yeah, all the information that was shared today will be published in the Medium article. I think, regardless, we pretty much shared everything like that was shared in the town hall and probably different other sources as well by Michael and Chris, but we just covered it a little bit more in depth. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Atlas Brew number 102, likely to be another Starbase one. So we'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you, Jose, for sharing your knowledge, spreading knowledge with the community, man.
Was super fun.
Yeah, Jose,
Love.
the cosmic
Very
currents were
rapid.
with you, bro.
Yeah, may the cosmic currents keep with you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday.
See you,
See you
everybody.
guys.
Bye bye.
Ciao.